Hello there, Hillary.
Oh, hello, Chris.
How are you today?
I'm great.
Are you excited for this episode?
You know, I'm always excited. I don't think
that.
there's been an episode that I was not excited with, enthusiastic, disappointed in.
Well, that makes one of us.
Thank you again for showing up tonight.
Yep, and we're going to have a pretty interesting podcast with some local CPAs from Frank Rimmerman and Company
And
Pride Mountain Vineyards, and they came up with a game.
Which I am all about a good activity, so let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Okay, hello everybody. We're here for another episode. We've been in double digits for a while. Is this 20?
20. Are you talking about temperature right now? Or are you talking about 20 degrees Celsius?
Episodes.
Wow. Okay.
20 degrees Celsius, that's cold. Oh, no, it's not. Because 36 is like normal body temperature. Anyway, we're here
for
another episode.
Episode 20-ish.
We have the CPA gang tonight, which is pretty exciting. So we have 3 guests, and you're here too. So that's nice.
Thank you. That makes me feel great.
And Sir Wallace is here too, which is a nice little bonus.
Very well behaved.
We'll see. We'll see if it lasts.
Oh, there you go.
But you guys want to introduce yourselves, say where you're from, the whole excitement?
The whole excitement,
Yeah.
absolutely. So my name is Robert. I'm here with my colleague David, and we work at Frank Rimmerman and Company.
And I'm Rob Morris. I used to work with them at Frank Rimmerman. I now work at Pride Mountain Vineyards.
Nice. And you guys brought some awesome wine tonight. Speaking of Pride Mountain Vineyards, we have let's see, we'll start with the white. I'll let you introduce the wines.
2020 Viognier from Pride.
I wanted you to introduce the Viognier because I hardly ever can say that right. So.
Yes, our shipping manager loves to call it Wagner because that's his favorite pronunciation for many guests.
Excellent. And then a Cab Franc.
The Cab Franc, 2018 Cab Franc.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Awesome.
So we're going to be really log heavy tonight because you guys brought a very special treat. So you guys reached out to us because you have a game with the police log. So do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. So this is something we created almost 8, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
We worked in downtown St. Helena. We would read the paper on Thursdays just for the police log. And
Well, David would always read it.
David was
If
our
I recall
designated
correctly,
reader.
Janet would always get mad at David for not reading it with enough emphasis.
Yes.
David was very monotone in his delivery. He didn't get excited. He just let the words do the talking.
Which I think is a plus.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's why we had David read it.
Perfect. And doing this for a while, we really noticed that there were a lot of similar themes and phrases that were mostly entertaining. And at some point, we just came up with the idea of we've got to create a bingo game with these phrases. So we'll figure out a whole bunch of these common phrases, put them in a spreadsheet, and generate random bingo cards from that, and then play bingo.
Only CPAs could say, generate random bingo cards from an Excel spreadsheet. I appreciate that.
Thus became Blotto, because we called it the police blotter.
Yeah.
Blotto.
So how's it work? Like, see, we have
some cards.
It looks like bingo, but it's way cooler than bingo. Wait, there's points assigned to.
I don't think we're quite ready for the points.
Yeah, points are in advance. Let's just start with the basic playing of Blotto first.
I mean, if you want to go for it.
No, I'm just curious how the points work.
So we print out random cards, and everyone gets a card. So,
Okay.
And then we basically go through and read the blotter, and for each item in the blotter, we would sometimes debate whether that fit a category on our card. A lot of them are pretty straightforward, but
Chihuahua. Chihuahua. Police didn't hear anything. Gone when police arrived. Skate park, crane park, leaf blower complaint, rifled through car. These are amazing.
Car speeding, seizure, abuse report, suspicious person, McCorkle.
Part of the fun.
Non-construction noise complaint.
Part of the fun is reading your cards, and then if you hear an entry, making your case that why it should fit the one that.
Of course.
So that's.
I love it. So we are going to play an actual game of Blotto tonight while going through the police log and drinking some Pride Mountain Vineyards wine.
Yes.
And we're doing the May 2020.
Okay.
2021. I'm sorry. I don't know what year we're in.
Welcome to 21, Il.
Yeah.
I know 20 was rough on you.
It's a little long. And then we also have somewhere, I don't know where I put it, we have one from Montana.
It's behind you.
Oh, thank you. We have a police blotter from a little city right by Whitefish, Montana, right by Glacier. So their police blotter was just as entertaining as ours is.
So
but
here's
Montana version.
Set the conditions here. Does the Montana blotter count for tonight's Blotto? Are we incorporating?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
it would be like a bonus round.
The CPA gang has spoken.
Theirs is a little more edgy than ours. They have a little more going on.
But
Parents is giving drugs to children, things of that nature.
That's
We don't
amazing.
typically see those types of titles in ours.
Though it is right next to the No Cavity Club in
Yes.
their paper.
Yes.
So that's
God bless. Amazing.
okay.
Well, who wants to start us off?
Yeah, does anyone have a good one that they want to go for?
Like our quiet.
Well, this one's wild. There was a lot of noise associated with the party bus parked near Crane Park. Glass was shattering, someone was throwing up, and people were being very loud. This was at 9:49 at night. So at least it wasn't 2 p.m.
So see, here's what I would say that is permitted noise. So that's a noise complaint, but they would either turn it down or it was permitted.
Very nice.
You think they permitted that?
Well, it was permitted noise. I don't think they had a permit, but it's permitted noise
Because it wasn't 10 p.m.?
because it wasn't 10 p.m.
After that, it becomes unpermitted.
And then it becomes unpermitted noise. So there may not be a permit, but now I'm looking at this word permitted going, I think I'm going to win this
Are
argument.
you sure you're not a lawyer and actually a CPA?
You know, Dad's an attorney, so
There you
we're
go.
just working
Okay.
it in. We're working it in.
Are you sure you weren't on this bus and that's why you're trying to defend it?
I could have been on the. You never know. I mean,
Yeah, we're gonna veto that one.
we're gonna be.
And David is always the final.
David is always the but I am going to call that a non-construction noise.
But it's clearly
No,
Crane
that
Park.
works.
It's an easy Crane Park.
Yeah. Okay, I got
Oh,
that.
did it say Crane Park?
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't have Crane Park, so I don't want that
We
one.
don't have a throwing up, unfortunately.
All right, Thursday, May 27th, report of a drone flying in and out of neighbors' backyards on Pinot Way. Police checked the area.
Ooh.
Yep.
I think I know
Classic line.
who reported that drone flying in and out on May 27th on Pinot Way.
Was it you?
No.
Oh. You seem to be so confident in that.
I mean, our friend Inez had drones
yeah.
everywhere around there. I think she got sick of them, so maybe that was her. I don't know
Maybe.
that. I'm making that up. But that will count for police check the area.
Yes. That's
All right.
classic.
If you have that one. But I got some hard ones on this card. I'm not really all that.
So I've got one back to May 1st, Saturday, 9:05 p.m. Police were asked to check on some guests at a Main Street hotel who were reportedly calling the front desk for no apparent reason.
I would love to have heard those conversations. Like, hello, it's me. I'm just checking in to say
Say
hi.
hi.
I guess you could call that a suspicious person if you were
No.
really no. Okay, well, you know,
So
this is not
Main
gonna be,
Street. If you have Main Street,
yeah, this is not going to be a win for me.
quality.
Well, I have a Main Street.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
How about police were asked to check on a woman with no shoes who was crying near the cemetery? Some friends picked her up. Not in the cemetery, just near the cemetery. That's just a
Poor woman.
landmark.
It's just like
Holy smokes.
Do we think she was crying from being in the cemetery or just was on like a walk and had like a moment?
with no shoes. I mean, she clearly took her shoes.
Something's going
This
on.
is public intoxication.
Yeah. Speaking of public intoxication, what is the minimum drink requirement to play Blotto?
Well,
Are we
typically
there
this
yet?
was a lunchtime.
I think we might
game.
need a little more.
So I'll be super honest with you that there was no drinking going on. It was like iced tea. So
Okay.
got edgy every now and then. We'd have a lemonade.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well,
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think we add a whole new level. to
No,
this.
now we're adding drinking Blotto. I mean,
Yeah.
this needs an addendum for drinking somehow.
Man.
Like take a sip if
Take us, yes, we'll have to work that in.
Speaking
instead
of taking
of
a
points,
sip.
it could be how many sips you take.
How many sips you hand out?
Oh,
That actually might be appropriate.
So, where do you guys get?
So this
Grapes?
comes from our
This comes
property.
you guys. Okay, cool.
Yep. Also at the top of Spring Mountain.
Nice.
The property is pretty unique in that it splits Napa and Sonoma County. All of the Viognier plantings are on the Sonoma side. So
Cool.
this is a Sonoma County wine. One thing kind of interesting about the Viognier. Well, first of all, this is a 2020 vintage. This is our first release from 2020, which was a lot of smoke damage that year. These grapes were picked well before the fire, and honestly, I think this is the best Viognier we've ever produced.
It's beautiful. It's really tasty. Nice salinity and nice everything.
The aromatics are just always get me. Just a quick little story. So I've been working at Pride for 3.5 years, and I had a Pride Viognier on the first date with my wife, and that was the 2001 vintage. We've been married 17 years. So
So
Pride is
story.
Yeah, it is.
Worked out.
Oh, I love that.
Pride is a place very special to me even before I started working there. Wow. And then on top of that, so the week I started was the week before the 17 fire, and I was doing inventory that week, and there were 3 bottles of 01 Viognier left, and Viognier generally doesn't age well, so I asked Steve, can I just have those? That's a special that wine. He goes, yeah, sure, just take them. So I took them home, and that coming weekend was going to be the anniversary with my wife, and I just kind of hid them away to surprise her. And so that Sunday night, I opened a bottle to surprise her, and we drank like half the bottle. We put the other half in the fridge, went to bed, and then fire came through, and we live in Fountain Grove, and it basically came through that whole area.
Did you guys make it okay out there?
We did. We made it out. We didn't realize how bad it was when we left, but we left about an hour before a fire came through our neighborhood. And then somehow our house was one of very few that survived.
That was a terrible, Oof.
So once we were able to get up there a few days later, went to the fridge, got the other half of that bottle, and took it to our friend's house who we were staying with, and we enjoyed the last of it.
That's some good stories with
I know.
with a great wine. Wow. And then how did you make it up to? So you've been working at Pride for
3.5 years.
Okay.
So prior to that, I was working with these guys, at the accounting firm.
So Frank Rimmerman.
Frank Rimmerman.
Nailed accounting firm. Okay.
Spell it now.
I've already started Blotto. It's too late. So you guys working in Santa Helena, Adams Street.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Taxes, audit, sort of full service accounting firm.
Nice.
And been working with Pride for a number of years, and it was obviously sad to lose Rob in the office with us, but we still get to work with him, and so that sort of makes it fun.
Great. Absolutely.
And then I was talking to Hillary, heard about 9-1 Wine, told Rob, and here we are.
We got to do this.
And we need to get you some hats too, so you can practice
know.
rep for us. So they're coming. We ordered them. By we, I mean Hillary.
Well, I'd also like to call out that while Rob was telling the story about the Viognier, David is clearly going through his printout, looking for things to make scores on his card. So we're going to have to limit the number of items that David is allowed to read, okay? He's just very casually clicking through the pages and comparing, and I saw it.
So when we make enough money, we'll hire you guys as our accountant.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Fantastic. We're ready for it.
It's going to be like 10 years, but just, start mentally preparing.
Okay.
Hillary's sold about 4 hats so far.
Well,
Yeah.
you get to 10, let's talk, right?
In fact, she sold one to a dispatcher down in Marin County who just listened to it. I thought it was cool because she was a dispatcher. Bought a hat. Pretty neat. So at this rate, we're going to be at least.
Have you picked your yacht?
Dispatchers everywhere.
At least in the triple digits here.
No,
within 2 or 3 years.
Have you picked out your yacht, or
no? We're working on it. So with the business over there, practice over there, do you guys do? Is it mostly vineyards, wineries, people like individuals? What is the
vineyards, wineries, and their owners?
Cool.
Typically kind of.
So we need to buy wineries.
Yeah,
what do you say?
that too. Yeah, the 9-1 winery.
It's got a ring to it, and with its with the podcast clearly hockey sticking and just going straight to the moon.
Just wait till we open our gift shop.
I'm all for it. La Condesa is still open, right? The space next to the Chamber of Commerce. And it's big enough.
Yeah.
Sure.
Might be a little small. We'll try. We'll try.
How about this? Let's see. 1344 on the 26th of May, an Edward Street resident said her neighbor's cat had been in her magnolia tree for a day and a half. She's going to ask other neighbors if they have a ladder. To which I would say, thank you for the unsolicited information, and have you ever seen a cat skeleton in a tree? No.
Yeah, cats really don't get stuck in trees.
They'll be fine.
They just come down.
That's what the fire department says. Is
That's
they
what-
prefer
yes.
not to go up. Well, you
Because that's what Kevin
let me
Toohey
just
would
tell you.
always say. There's no cat skeletons in trees. And
But doesn't the cat normally get hurt if you try to go get it because it freaks out?
I don't never.
Did
Never
you say
tried.
if it was her cat or a cat?
It wasn't even her cat. It was her neighbor's cat.
Neighbor's cat.
She was being a good neighbor.
That's kind of pushing for the non-pet animal reference there. It's clearly a pet.
Oh yeah, no, you're not getting that one.
Oh, man.
But I'll give you this one,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
Thursday, May 6, 1636, report of a sick-looking skunk near
Ooh,
Pope
there it is.
or College. So that is going to be non-pet animal reference. But like, let's just also appreciate like somebody took the time to think about that skunk and its feelings, and called it because it was a sick-looking skunk. Poor thing.
How do you tell?
I don't know. I've never looked at a skunk
Have
close
you got
enough.
close enough? That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, how close did they get to
To know this was
do
a sick
this,
skunk.
this assessment on
Did
that?
he have the sweats? Was he
Limping?
Was he limping?
Maybe that's
Did
it.
he have an
'cause
upset tummy?
I don't know if skunks can sweat.
Probably from their nose.
Who don't know?
How about after eating at a downtown restaurant, a man said he needed a ride to Napa. Police said they couldn't take him to Napa and advised calling Uber or a taxi. The man said he had no money and his wife has everything. He refused to give police her location or phone number. Domestic
That's
dispute.
pretty amazing.
Family matters.
Ooh, domestic dispute.
Hand it off to another jurisdiction.
I
don't think Uber's a jurisdiction. I won't give you that one, but
I
I,
also
like
like
it.
that they said they couldn't take him to Napa. Not that they couldn't give him a ride. It was just they couldn't give him a ride to Napa.
Well, I know. Don't you wonder if he should have asked how far he could get?
Yeah.
I mean, could he have made
Probably.
it to Rutherford?
Rutherford, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting halfway.
I mean, I definitely know of friends that you know as well that have gotten rides home from the police department because they were walking home from a local establishment
Yeah.
in the later hours of the evening.
Definitely a public service. Public assist. This is a fun one. Let's see. Friday, May 21st, 2000, 8 o'clock at night. A man walked up to a place in the 600 block of Main Street where a drive-in movie was showing. Where could that be?
It's going to be God's.
No,
Oh,
Charles.
Krug.
No,
Yeah, that's
actually,
right.
it's either Krug. No, I think that's Gott's. 600 block of Main Street would be Gott's.
Are they still
Yep.
doing drive-ins there?
I think
thought
they
moved
moved
to
it.
They
Krug.
moved it to
They moved it
Krug.
to Krug. Yep. There you go, Gigi. A little bit of free advertising. So go to Krug to get your tickets for your drive-in. There's
You go to Cameo Cinema.
CameoCinema.com went and saw Indiana Jones the other night. It's quite nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's,
Quite nice.
I went and
They
saw
did a really
Dirty
good job.
Dancing, and it was a magical experience.
It was fun.
Wow. So it's out in that parking lot where they had all the PG&E trucks.
Yeah,
Yes.
After the
exactly.
fire.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it's beautiful because as the sun sets, you're
Yeah.
like the sun's setting like behind the screen, and
Oh,
so it's
cool.
just like then you have this picturesque view, and you have your little
Yeah.
bubbles in the back seat, and
That's a brilliant idea.
it's lovely.
So cool. Yeah, and it's good for the cameo, and you just load up all your friends in whatever
Yeah.
vehicle you've got.
yeah,
And you can order popcorn in advance.
Yes.
Don't forget your popcorn. They bring it
Yes.
out there for you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've got Top Gun coming up. We saw Indiana Jones. What else is on?
I saw Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
I think Jaws.
Jaws is
a
coming.
good one.
Jaws.
And there's a not a biography. Help me with the word.
Autobiography.
Documentary.
Oh.
Ooh.
Documentary coming.
Cool.
Musical documentary. Something like that.
Oh, like Sound of Music.
Sparks?
No, it's I'm not going to do it justice, but there's a gentleman from overseas who he was here and his brother was overseas still, and they both did music, and it's just about their lives in a different jurisdiction.
Cool.
And he's here
Wow.
for the film festival or something, or the music
Okay.
festival, maybe a music festival. And so he's coming to talk.
Okay.
live.
Very cool.
Okay.
Sparks Brothers?
It was not Sparks Brothers.
That would've been
That's what's so cool about St. Helena is we have all these different events going on. There's always something, and that's
Oh yeah, and I mean,
you know.
Cameo is just a gem.
Yeah.
They give you so much information about what's going on in the local scene.
Mm-hmm.
Cameo has BYOB. Bring your own bowl for popcorn.
Yes,
My
it's
life
cheaper
is-
and bigger, and they don't care how big the bowl
No,
is.
I bring my like cookie making bowl, and then I buy some M&Ms, and I have my salt and my chocolate, and I've never been happier.
You know,
So I always
wine
tell
on
people-
tap, everybody's so happy you go to the Cameo.
I know. I'm like, it's BYOB. My friends are like, oh, so we're gonna like bring your own beer. I'm like, no, you bring your own bowl.
Yeah,
It's popcorn.
don't bring your own beer. That's
Yeah.
rude. Buy the beer there.
That's weird.
Gonna go with a report of a dead squirrel on Spring Mountain Road. And I bring that up because I'm curious if that's the same squirrel that's in your Creatures of...
Ooh, good seg. So we recently discovered a Creatures of St. Helena Instagram account. I don't know who runs this, but whoever does, please reach out to us because I want to pick your brain. It's a collection of art photos of things essentially found around St. Helena. So we have like a key, Sour Patch Kids, a dead bird, a dead bunny.
It's a little morbid, actually, for me, but Hillary seemed into it.
I fall asleep listening to murder, so this is normal for me. My job's just so uplifting. I just gotta. But it's very fascinating. So plug to them. Go follow them. There's today or 2 days ago they posted a bug, and the caption was "Nope, not gonna do it." And then there was on June 9th there was a snail, and the caption's "Ready to party." On June 4th there is a bat, and the caption's "Getting weirder. Submitted photo." There's a picture of a key with the caption "Someone's heart is hurting." Actually, that might be my key. I lost one. A dead mouse. There's a lot of dead things.
A little too many dead animals for me.
There's other stuff in St. Helena.
There's got to be other things on the street to take pictures of.
Like shoes.
Shoes would do it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going deep in it right now. Oh, here's an earthworm. That's alive.
Oh my gosh.
Are you sure? Saturday, May 8th. This one's interesting. 23:10, so that's 11:10 p.m. Police assisted a driver who didn't know how to drive stick. So what are you doing in a car at 11:10 at night? And you know what? I bet I know what happened here. This is a designated driver getting behind the wheel of a friend's car. That's what happened.
That was really nicely done as far as reading between the lines. I'm impressed, Rob.
I think it was a hit and run.
It's not.
I got one thing colored in here, people. This is not going well.
Can everyone drive stick at this table?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
If I
Some
had
people
to.
can't.
You can.
I can. It's
Yeah.
a question. It's a valid question.
Tom Hoppy taught you right.
He taught me for sure. He blames me for.
He also
burning.
taught me right too.
It's a dying art.
Tom was my sex ed teacher in high school.
Oh, okay.
That's lovely.
I always like to bring that up.
Never gets less weird.
Never.
No, that's not.
Okay,
All right.
I got one here.
Go for it.
May 2nd, a nurse reported that a party bus had arrived at the emergency room and dropped off a man who'd been hit in the head with a wine bottle. So I'm wondering if this is the same party bus from earlier.
I know. We got breaking glass, and then boom, they're at the emergency room.
It's definitely them.
I like that the party bus just like dropped them off. Like the party kept going.
Bob will get you in a few hours.
Get that
I
stitched
mean,
up.
the ER takes a little time, so I kind of get that.
They could probably at least get to Anna's and have a few more.
Absolutely.
Maybe the goose, maybe a bourbon bucket, the Goose and Gander.
I mean, but I will say from like the ER perspective, you legally have to report it.
A what? A
Like
fight?
an assault
Oh, I
essentially.
guess so.
Well, you assume it's an assault. I mean, hitting the head with a wine bottle. He could have just been reaching up and it fell off the top shelf of the party bus.
Or wine juggling, which is a common occurrence.
Who doesn't
That's
juggle wine
true.
bottles on it?
This was 4 hours after glass was shattering in the party bus earlier.
Oh, so they were so drunk they didn't know he'd gotten hit in the head. I mean, it took them 4 hours to find their friend passed out in the back seat.
So that is assault.
That's okay. I mean, neglect at the minimum.
Oh my god. All right, this is going to help knock some spots off of Blotto here.
Right.
Please.
21st of May, 2000, a man walked up to a place in the 600 block of Main Street. I'm getting back to this. He asked about getting tickets to the show, right? And when he was told it was sold out, he got in his car and drove aggressively towards a volunteer who had to move to avoid getting hit. He was also asking questions regarding a congressman. He was described as a white man, about 6 foot tall, with a slender build. Just like the guy that they were chasing today. That's why. Wearing a blue shirt that said Reagan Bush. So, Reagan Bush was 1988? No, 84, right?
84.
Yeah.
Wally's impressed with your knowledge of history.
Protest from Wally. So anyway, good times. That didn't really help anyone, did it?
No, that doesn't help.
Road rage? I'll
Road
take
rage,
road rage on that.
Oh, I actually don't think you get road rage because that was,
was a volunteer.
off-road.
He was
What
driving.
about a car speeding? Because he sped to hit the person.
Do it.
Yeah, okay, well, car speeding. Do that.
I don't think I have
not in
car
quotes.
speeding.
I wonder what congressman he
I'm
was
also
getting
going to go ahead and
feisty
take
about.
bushes for Reagan Bush.
That's just
Hey.
one bush.
Give it to him for creativity. All right.
I mean, bushes is in quotes, so it has to be the word bushes, not bush.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, just being honest here.
I don't think this one's going to help, but it makes me giggle. A woman said she was being texted continuously by a delivery man who had gotten her number off delivery paperwork. Police contacted the man and told him to stop texting her. Police also advised the woman to call the man's workplace and file a complaint. Lady, block the number.
That guy definitely worked at Safeway.
You
Business
mean
on Hunt Street?
Yeah,
I'll take that.
He was a delivery
Dave,
man.
you're good at this, man. I almost been, yeah. Of course.
I like this one. This is a good
We
one.
do have harassing messages.
Oh, we do have
Yeah.
harassing messages. I don't have it, so it's not helping me.
I mean,
but
I appreciate that she filed it because we don't want this behavior to continue. But I feel like I would have been so lazy. I'd just been block.
yeah, I don't know why I went that far. Wednesday, May 12th, 1527, police cited an oversized vehicle that crossed the Pope Street Bridge.
Ooh.
I mean, so there's two things here, everybody. There's the Pope Street Bridge and police citation.
Very nice. Okay, what's cited?
Yep, police cited an oversized vehicle. I mean, you always hear about an oversized vehicle stuck on the bridge, but you don't often hear about them actually getting a ticket.
Yeah, good point. I don't have any that does
I
not
have
make-
none of that.
Is that an ordinance violation?
No.
I have some Montana if we're ready
Yeah.
for it.
No, let's get a couple Montanas
Okay,
in here.
at 12:10 a.m., a man wanted to know where he could sleep that he wouldn't be woken up by tweakers, in quotes.
Sadly, tweakers is not one of the words.
We don't have that.
But this one is,
although drugs, that would work. 'cause I
some
think drugs-
loud dogs only stop
I'll go with
barking
drugs.
when they are fed.
Of course.
Dogs barking.
Dogs barking.
Wallace, do you have any comment on this?
What about a ex-girlfriend was moving out and taking things that weren't hers?
That's just rude.
11:56 a.m., a man who had been naked was now dressed.
Wait.
3 minutes later, a man was urinating where everyone could see him. Do we?
Oh, that's connected. That's connected results for sure.
100%.
Um,
Where did you go to get this?
Montana. I'm a country girl now.
Oh my god.
Outdoorsy. The new owners of a used camper wanted a refund. A man who lived next to a honey harvesting operation was extremely upset about the bees. A dog lying in the backseat of a car soaking up the rays through an open sunroof appeared to be fine. In quotes, I believe that would be dog in car.
Yes.
I've got lost dog. Was he
No.
lost? I think
No,
he was lost.
He was soaking up the rays.
But I don't think that was his car.
Wait, so read that one again?
A dog lying in the backseat of a car soaking up rays through an open sunroof appeared to be fine, in quotes.
Is the caller calling and saying he's soaking up the rays, or does somebody come check on the dog and say, no, he's just soaking up the rays?
That's
You know?
actually in there.
No, the author of this police log is doing a very good job.
A screaming neighbor told the child to stop slamming the damn door at 5:22 p.m.
I feel that happens
Yeah,
pretty
It's a
commonly.
non-construction noise complaint.
yeah.
That is a non-construction noise complaint, but we already got that one.
A woman in a parking lot was yelling at no one. Oh, here's a descriptive one. A man with unkept hair was waving a wrench around. A man advised he should continue calling the cops until someone does something about a large truck. 4 men who looked pretty shady, in quotes, was believed to be casing a business.
And we do not have pretty shady,
Wow.
unfortunately.
I'm
Yeah, casing a
surprised.
business.
Casing a business, looking shady.
Oh, a dog known to law enforcement escaped from its yard. That
Was it a
sounds like
chihuahua?
No, I know,
That's
right?
it.
Known to law
Is that, are we
enforcement.
going with loose dog or lost dog there?
No,
Loose dog.
That's loose dog. That's not lost dog.
I'm just going to read this one because I think it's a really interesting one that we should really think about. Someone asked how to obtain a restraining order. Oh, that's restraining order. Oh, I've got that. Oh, perfect. Remember when I accused David of cherry picking?
This one I think is the best one of the entire Montana log. At 10:50 in the morning on a Saturday, a road rage incident escalated
Road
to
rage.
a hate crime when a man was called a Californian.
That's a hate crime? Wow, we're a protected class now, people. That's pretty exciting.
So watch out for those Californians. They will just cause some trouble.
Seriously, being a Californian in Montana is not a popular class.
Yeah, you don't wave that flag.
No,
No.
do not.
Dispatchers overheard a woman order popcorn and a large drink of some sort during an accidental 911 call from the movie theater. After arresting a woman, officers found a whole rotisserie chicken in her car.
That would be Hillary.
Why would they even report that? Like,
I like chicken.
what else was in her car?
All right, I'm pouring some bread. We're getting into the red.
Fresh glass. Can go
All right.
cheers again, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
cheers.
So we're doing
Yay.
the 2018 Cab Franc, Pride Mountain. So yeah, tell us a little bit about this, Rob.
So this probably the favorite red that we produce. This particular vintage comes 55% from Napa County, 45% from Sonoma County. So we actually have two separate bonded wineries on property. We have one in Napa County, one in Sonoma County. So really where that comes into play for us is we have to report to the TTB grapes that we harvest and crush, and we have to track which county they get crushed in, and then any movement between the counties.
Wow.
So fortunately, when they ferment, they can be in either county.
Okay.
Once they're done with fermentation, they'll go into barrel in the caves. Fortunately, all the caves are deemed as Sonoma, so we're not having to, as they get racked or whatnot, or barrels get moved around, we don't have to track which winery.
Must be a compliance. You're thankfully not the compliance person, but you probably have to deal with it a lot.
I deal with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Sally, our winemaker, has to deal with a lot of that.
That's wild. So, but that's what's so cool about Pride, right? So it's in one winery, but there's a line
Property.
going through it, right?
Right.
And you have
Exactly.
two bond numbers. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this Franc, it's been a favorite since the beginning for me, since we started making it. It's kind of
Super
unique.
elegant.
Not a lot of wineries will make a Franc on its own. Usually it's a blend grape, but and I think that's because a lot of times it's a little vegetal on its own. But given our altitude, we're at 2,100 feet, and where the vines are planted, they get enough sun to where it ripens enough where you lose a lot of the vegetal
great.
character, and it's
Super elegant.
nice.
Nice. Yeah.
I think there's about 15% Cabernet Sauvignon in here, and the rest is all Franc.
That's funny because that's usually the flip side when you see a cab. It
Exactly.
usually has like 10
Yep.
to 15% cab Franc. So
Yeah.
nice. What was the history of Pride as far as like getting both of those sections of the winery? And I mean, was that always been that way, or was it?
Pretty much. The vast majority of the property was purchased initially back in 1991 by Jim and Carolyn Pride. Initially it was just going to be a nice property and they'd sell grapes, and Jim learned pretty early on that they'd do better making wine with at least some of the grapes. It ended up being all of the grapes after several years, and they got good reviews early on and very well regarded in the marketplace. And then Jim unfortunately passed away in 2004, and his son Steve took over running the day-to-day operations at that point, and that's who I work with now.
Awesome. And to find the wine, it's only direct to consumer. There's no distribution, right?
There's some distribution. Our large production wines, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Chardonnay, are distributed somewhat, but about 85% of our sales are direct to consumer.
Cool.
We have clubs, basically design your own wine club.
Nice.
We have the regular releases that you can buy through. And one thing that came out of COVID, prior to that, we did not have an online web store. We basically the wine would get released certain times a year, and that's when you'd have to get it. Now you can buy it anytime. And the web store, the wines in the web store change over time. So
cool.
But
Nice.
that's been nice.
And I think you guys got some really good 100-point scores, right?
Our 12 and 13
Yeah,
reserve
those are
cabs
the ones.
both got 100 points.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's big news. And really,
Yeah.
who gave those? You remember? Was
This
it
is Parker,
Parker,
wine
yeah.
advocate, yeah.
Cool. Man.
When would you recommend opening a magnum of that 2013 Reserve Cab?
13 you got to sit on for a while. 12 be ready sooner, but that 13 vintage, all of the Pride 13 reds can use a little extra time.
10 years?
Yeah.
15 years? What are we talking here, Rob? 20 years? Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Cool.
That's a commitment.
Have you guys gone back and tried some stuff from, obviously, well, you had
All the time, yeah.
Viognier from, I said it right that time.
2001.
2001,
You
right?
nailed it.
Yeah. And they hold up really well. And
Yeah.
probably that's about the sweet
Yeah,
spot. Huh?
and Steve's really generous. We do
Cool.
comparative tastings at times too. In fact, last week we did we make a Syrah, and he kind of tasked me with tracking down a bunch of wines from Hermitage in France, which is basically the top area for Syrah.
Yeah.
And we tasted through like 19 wines. Each flight had a pride wine in it, but then really all the top high-end Hermitage wines.
That's
and
cool.
The pride wines held up.
And
really
you could
well.
function after 19
We
wines?
spit.
Okay. Yes, they
Yeah,
woo.
Professionals.
They all say.
Yeah, it starts at 9 in the morning. You need to spit.
How's the nap room at Pride for that?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a really awesome place to work, though. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of cool people up there.
Yeah,
And your winemakers?
Sally Johnson.
Sally Johnson. Okay,
Sally Johnson
cool.
Blum. We also recently, for something I had to submit somewhere, I had to come up with an average tenure of all employees.
Yeah.
So including like a few vineyard guys we just hired a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
The weighted average of all employees, it's over 10 years.
Wow.
So we've got
That's the best compliment.
People stick
yeah,
around.
exactly. Yeah, we've got 5-6 people that have been there over 20 years.
Wow. That's so cool.
Cool.
Right on.
Special place.
And you guys do it all. I mean, you do the vineyards, you do the
We have our own
winemaking, you
vineyard
do
staff.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't even, do you purchase grapes from
We do
elsewhere?
purchase
A
some.
little bit, yeah, but most of it's
Yeah.
all estate.
Mhm.
That's cool. It's really rare to have
Yeah.
everyone do it all. It's neat.
Yeah, and Steve's really hands-on,
Yeah.
which is nice as an owner. Having been on the CPA side,
Sure.
working with a bunch of wine industry clients, you can see it all. And
So
there
track
aren't
people down to.
there aren't that many owners that didn't grow up in the business
Mhm.
that are that involved in farming and winemaking
Yeah.
as Steve. And he's a professor at Berkeley.
Really?
That's his day
No
job,
way.
too, so.
Cool. Wow. Didn't know that. Man of many talents.
Yes.
This is an interesting one. Police responded to a loud party on Mitchell Drive.
Oh.
Anything you'd like to tell? Were you invited?
What
I
day
missed
was
the
that? Apparently
invite.
not.
It's Friday, May 21st.
Wow, thanks to the invite, Hill.
Was it a special occasion? I mean, tell us
You know,
about it.
wasn't it Memorial Day weekend?
That's not Memorial Day. But
I mean, Labor Day is September.
Labor Day, September, yeah.
But is it Memorial Day in May?
Yeah, but
It was
like
the last
30th,
weekend. Oh.
not the
I was
21st.
trying to plead my case
Yeah,
here.
no.
What
was-
time of day was that?
You're going to go 23:16, 11:16
Ooh, party.
at night.
Ooh, that's a little early in the evening.
So you're already getting shut down that early. I mean,
You know, as much as I like to think my social life is that booming, I was pretty confident I was working the next day, so I was probably in bed at like 9:30.
all right, well, we're just checking here.
I would admit if it was me, but me and my friends turn into pumpkins at like midnight.
Midnight.
So most of the time we're asleep. But apparently my rowdy neighbors don't invite me to their party.
No, I guess not. I mean, that might be the more important thing.
Quite rude.
And then just a public service announcement, Sunday, May 23rd at 3:21 in the morning. Report of someone walking in the Pope Allison area. They weren't doing anything suspicious. Police told the caller that people jog and start to cycle around this time of day. Officers confirmed the walker was a resident and a local employee.
Wow.
At
Okay.
3 in the morning.
3:21.
You just got an early start.
Somebody's got a really early
Yeah.
start to the day. They're just out there trying to get a workout in, and somebody's calling the cops on
The
them.
only time I would ever be working at that time if I overindulged and I thought it was a great idea to go for a run. And I was still
There you
awake
go.
from the
There you go.
Hillary would be running from Anna's back home.
Yes,
Probably.
yes, yes.
Let's
Three,
be
what was I
honest.
doing the last hour and a half after they closed? Making friends.
Just talking to everybody. Probably found an Australian Shepherd or a Chihuahua that had escaped police custody.
Probably sitting in the corner
Yeah,
just petting
petting a
it.
Chihuahua.
I mean, the day before, a report of a loose Chihuahua on Charter Oak Avenue.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Chihuahua.
Chihuahua is on there.
Thank God.
It's like once we added Chihuahua because of that hero Chihuahua, it never showed up for like years.
That was a great dog. That was a great dog.
And here it is in May.
I once turned a dog into the police station.
Oh.
Yeah. I was driving downtown, headed to Core Fitness. Shout out to Jay. And the dog was running around the street, totally free and easy, having a great old time. And I ended his jaunt. I grabbed him. And I took him to the
Oh,
police
you didn't
station.
hit him, thank God.
No, didn't hit him. Didn't end his jaunt that way. He didn't end up on Creatures of St. Helena. But I grabbed him, took him to the police station. It's the only time I've ever been into the police station.
Oh, I
Knock
bet
on
it's
some
many
wood.
a
Okay,
time.
okay.
And
Cool.
you walk up to the little window and I handed him a dog. It was a good dog too. There you go.
I would have kept it.
Well, I did call back later to see if it was still there. I was going to think about going and grabbing it, but no, it made it home.
Did they have a collar or did?
It did not have a collar. But he was a good boy. He sat.
Do Do you guys remember the white BMW from
Yes.
a few episodes ago?
That was big news.
It's back.
Yeah.
9:40, police were
No
told to
way.
be on the lookout for a white BMW with no plates speeding and weaving on Main Street. And that is one for
Speeding
Main
and
Street.
weaving.
I think we did Main Street already.
What happened last time?
They
with the
took
white BMW?
it was a little erratic, so I think they took their plates off so they could just drive
Go
without
crazy.
fear.
This wine's really nice. Thank you, Rob.
You're welcome.
I know it's scrumptious.
The wallet was reported stolen from a broken down bus.
Did somebody? I need some follow up here.
Yeah.
Was it found?
Was it found?
It's not found.
Or was it lost?
But I think it is a lost wallet.
Lost. Good. Good.
Did it have waffle written on it?
Here,
That was
I think this was a tourist local situation. A driver said she exchanged angry words with another driver whose truck had come near her car when he was parallel parking. How many
Road
trucks do
rage.
we know in here that can like perfectly parallel park?
I'm decent.
I'm pretty
I don't
good
know.
at it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in town, like I feel like all.
Oh, Main Street there should be no parallel parking on Main Street. I mean, it just causes too many issues.
ruckus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a ruckus.
My favorite is when the like Uber or the bus of like wine tasters like parks like right in front of Goose and Gander or like right near Main Street and puts its hazards on and people unload. I'm like,
That's rude.
there's not even room for
no
like
excuse
two
for that.
people on this road, and now, anywho.
People get angry, which is what happened on Sunday, May 23rd.
Nice transition there.
Right? At
Nicely
4:19 p.m., a citizen came into the lobby and apologized for yelling at dispatch yesterday when they had been very upset. They also asked to talk to an officer. Fast forward to another day. A woman called 2113 on the 24th. A woman called to thank dispatcher Yin for her help the night prior. The caller was told she could fill out a commendation letter to be handed to the chief in regards to her appreciation.
That's nice.
It is nice. I mean, I think we got to remember, you
Heartwarming.
know, they're out there hard,
Yeah.
you know, working hard, getting yelled at for things like that.
If
So-
you yell at someone-
Is there, if you rewind, is there what was her is her complaint an original complaint in there?
I can't
Of what
find
she
the
was
original
yelling about?
complaint. I'm looking. I don't. Maybe it was the drone. Maybe it was the non-injury lift assist on Vineyard Avenue or medical aid.
Ooh,
Non-injury
Got it.
also.
Mhm.
non-injury
And non-injury.
accident.
Oh, we got non-injury accident. Okay. If I get McCorkle here, I'm going to win this thing. And I just want to shout out to McCorkle. You guys used to get in this a lot, and you're falling off.
Wait, are we going for a blackout? Or are we going? I already have. I've had a blotto for
What?
for days.
What have you been doing?
I thought we were going blackout.
We don't have to.
That happens
Blackout.
later. After we finish the rest of this.
You've had
campaign.
this for how long?
So what are
Now you gotta say
Gotta read
what
it.
you
Let's say it.
what you
Okay,
want.
we got
Say
Adam
it.
Street.
Adam Street was on there.
Okay.
Non-pet animal reference. We've had several, I
Skunk
think.
and a duck
And a squirrel.
and a squirrel.
The free square.
Ah, jeez.
Unfounded complaint. Wow. And loose dog.
Congratulations. What does the winner get? We should have asked that at the beginning.
Oh, absolutely nothing.
Hugs from Wally.
I'll take that.
Oh, good
we have scores
morning.
and we keep.
We never had prizes though. Oh no,
We
two
did.
of us would buy the third one
For
lunch. That's
But
what
it
used
was
to happen.
cumulative over a quarter.
Yes. That's
why
so
we
that's
had
where the scores
points.
came in. Is you would tally up your scores for an entire month, and
So
then
we gave each of the
course.
categories a point value, kind of based on how frequently they
Yeah.
might occur.
Oh, good. And we're gonna turn this into the drinking game later on.
So
So I think
just
we
as
should.
well.
I think we should publicly get this game out for use. I think
if you guys are up for it.
I mean,
we'll-
for a small fee, people can they can split it.
I mean, we want to give this joy to everybody. I think.
Well, you guys are.
Do you have that one printout from just the
all-time best?
most famous?
So you guys
one?
did this on one of your early podcasts, and
But you missed.
They listened
But you
to it.
missed this
Christmas.
entry, and we don't know how you
We
missed
are-
this
this is the
entry.
one with the sick duck. I think even.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah.
And you didn't make it down to this one.
This is the most
There's
amazing
several.
thing.
This whole block was amazing, but
When was this?
this was February of 2012. This
Okay.
was around the time we were getting started doing this.
This could have spawned it, honestly.
So this is
Responded.
Sunday, February 12th. A Church Street resident reported his house had just been egged, chocolate sauced, popcorned, and toilet papered by a group of people in a silver SUV. There was no damage. Police determined it was a juvenile break.
Chocolate sauce. That is just amazing.
I would be so excited.
If you got chocolate sauce,
Oh my gosh, I would go out and have like French toast and like dip it in the sauce.
I kind of feel like we could just buy you some chocolate sauce. You don't need to be wiping it off the side of your house with French toast.
Attracting all the frogs.
This is why we have frogs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that one was good. Chocolate sauce. I've never heard of
There's
that.
so many in that entry that are
St. Helena pranks
hilarious.
are the best pranks. Man. Oof. So if we wanted to go to, well, first of all, if we need CPA help, Frank Riverman.
Definitely call David.
Talk to Dan. Does Blotto come with like a CPA client deal? You know what I mean? Like if I were to sign up.
Yeah, if you sign up, we will give you access to the Blotto cards. It's a very exclusive club. It's hard to get to, but yes,
Excel
absolutely.
document,
Yeah. I think we'd print the cards. We're not giving out the keys to the castle here.
The
okay?
algorithm not for sale.
No,
The
absolutely
cards
not.
definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because we give you a
Algorithm's not
card, you can
terribly
photocopy
complicated.
that card, but we give you the codes. Now you're slaying Blotto cards on the
You're
side.
giving us a lot of credit that we can work your fancy Excel. I mean,
That's true. No. He literally has to edit all these because I don't know how to.
This must take some time to edit. I mean, we've said cut this out, what, like 8 times now?
Yeah.
there's a reason why I don't sleep anymore. That I'm partying apparently at
Yes,
11
yes, on
o'clock.
Mitchell Drive, we saw
I'm
it.
just raging music like I gotta stay awake and finish these episodes.
And then if we wanted to go hang out at Pride and drink some amazing Viognier, god dang it, Viognier.
You were doing good
There you
there for a
go.
while. You got it once.
Viognier, Cab Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon. Sorry, I made that sound like 2. Syrah.
Yep.
What do you guys do? Zinfandel? What else?
We do not do Zinfandel.
What is it?
Merlot.
Merlot?
We do a little bit of Sangiovese.
Oh man,
Chardonnay.
cool. So if I want to come
Good
taste
stuff.
that, how do we?
www.pridewines.com.
Amazing.
Or
Can a random person like me get on a mailing list, or is it like
Yeah.
is it like a wait? You can
No,
do it.
no.
Anyone can do it.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
I'm sure
Come
they
up and
could-
visit.
They will email you.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That would be worth
It's
it.
a beautiful
Really cool
place to
place.
visit.
It's beautiful.
And super unique being around on the border of Napa and Sonoma.
Yep.
Do both.
So,
Cool.
I'll tell you a fun story about a school when you go up there. The school at Pride? You never heard the schoolhouse story?
I think that's a great way to finish the podcast. Now let's hear it.
Now I'm going to have to ask Andy if this is a lie, because maybe he's just pulling my leg. But he said that there used to be a school up on the property, and they would drag the school over the county line depending on which county had higher enrollment, so that they would get more money.
Don't know. I'm
Okay,
guessing.
all right.
I'm guessing since you heard that from Andy, there's probably a little bit of truth in there.
That's fair. That's fair.
Maybe
Okay.
exaggerated a bit.
But I think the real key is that Andy made it onto the 911 podcast. Now he's excited.
If he did,
They're going to cut this out? You think this is getting edited? Well, that's fine. I guess we're ending on a lie.
He's invited anytime. Awesome. Well, thanks, guys.
Well, cheers. Thank
Yeah,
you.
cheers.
Yay.
Thanks. Cheers.
I have
Thanks
an
for
empty
bringing
glass, so
Blotto.
I can't cheers.
It's bad luck.
Bad luck. Didn't do it.
Well, Hillary, do you feel more prepared to win at St. Helena Police Log Blotto next time?
You know, I think I really thrived at the drinking aspect of that game.
Is there any games that involve drinking that you don't thrive at?
Longevity ones. Ones that require an all-night marathon. I'm more of a sprinter.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us on yet another episode of 911 with the CPA gang, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Stay tuned.
2243. You enjoy your evening and be safe.